talked to him, I knew that he had problems, and I knew what the problems were. And I said, Kerry, we can work these things out. This isn't the end of the world.
Good friends with Kerry. I was there for the memorial, but you were good friends with Kerry, and you spoke to him the week of, the day of. I mean, that was.
I spoke to him 30 minutes before he killed himself,
Wow.
and I talked to him. I knew that he had problems, and I knew what the problems were. And I said, Kerry, we can work these things out. This isn't the end of the world. But his wife had left him. He had a criminal problem from I think forging a prescription or something like that. I said, this is not the end of the world. And I said, now I know your family history of suicide. And I said, I don't want you to even think. He said, oh, brother, I'd never do that. I'd never do it. He told me that while he's driving out to do it.
Wow. While he was driving. Wow. He was in the car to go commit the act in there.
He was on his way to do it.
Wow.
Wow.
And he was a good person.
He was. I really liked Kerry, and Bobby Duncan, with my tag team partner, we were roommates. He and Kerry were really good friends.
One thing I'll say about Kerry, though, he could not do an interview. You could say, well, the interview is so and so did you wrong. He talked 10 minutes, never get to so and so did me wrong. And this was not on. This was not on me. I think it was WWE or WWF, whatever it was. And Jerry, you may recall this. It was a live pay-per-view. All right. Kerry is coming to the ring. Well, like some of the guys, Kerry had used some drugs we probably shouldn't use. He had some cocaine, then to calm himself down, probably some Valium. Well, the cocaine caused him to itch underneath his arm. All right. So he started scratching, not realizing that the plan was that he had a little blade that he was going to be hit on the head and bleed. So he's cutting his arm all to pieces while he's doing it, but he can't feel it because of the cocaine. So he gets to the ring, and whoever it was, the referee or the announcer, someone had good sense to say, oh, Kerry, looks like so-and-so attacked you in the dressing room. No. Oh, yeah, that's what happened. So that was good thinking on the part of whoever came up with that.
Yeah, Kerry had a lot of issues, but what a wonderful person. I mean, and he was a rock star. I mean, it was.
He was.
Some people are born with that aura. He was born with it.
He had that charisma, and he was just huge. I think of the first time I met him at his house, his arms looked like he had pythons under the skin that were rolling around in there. I mean, just astonishing size and strength.
And an incredible athlete, and obviously after he lost his, foot or however much he ended up losing, I mean, he still was able to do a lot of things, which very few people would have been able to do, but he was a tremendous athlete.
The fact that he was able to continue with a prosthetic was astonishing to me.
Just going to the ring was an accomplishment to me, how he did that. I mean, the kid was an amazing athlete.
Well, I don't, not a downer, but the conversation, that's so crazy that you were talking to him when he's on the way and he's telling you that he's not going to do it. That almost kind of seems like Kerry. Kerry was a guy who didn't want people to feel bad. He wanted everybody to be happy. When the conversation happened, I mean, what did you put two and two together afterwards to think about that conversation that you had?
I was utterly shocked when I got the call. And I was interviewed on air by Channel 8 that night, and I was still almost in shock, John.
Is that when you found out about it, Greg?
No, I knew about it. That's why Channel 8 interviewed me, because of what had happened. And Kerry was so well known. We had a memorial service for him at Sportatorium. Then about a month and a half later, we had a show, like a charity show, where all the money went to Kerry's children. Kerry died virtually destitute financially. So we raised, I guess, about 20-something thousand to go to a little trust fund for the two daughters.
That's tremendous.
Yeah. And the conversation, was he normal? Was he
I
when he's
could,
talking to you?
if he'd been otherwise, I think I would have picked up on it because I spent a lot of time with Kerry, a lot of time.
Yeah.
I mean, Kerry was type that at the time my nephew was maybe 5 years old, and we had a deal at Chuck E. Cheese. Well, Kerry came over to see everybody. I mean, he didn't have to. I didn't pay him for it. He did it to be nice, and I appreciated that so much.